Welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Collector Zone. Today we have another review for you. This review is on the documentary done in 2015. That was a documentary that kind of holds more near and dear to my heart a little bit. This is the first time I've actually watched it. And I've known about this for a while. I knew about when it was put out. I knew about and had seen footage of this documentary kind of as it was taking place. Because if you followed Jake the Snake Roberts' process that he was going through when he was going through DDP Yoga, you actually saw some of the footage that did kind of make it to this documentary. And this documentary was just an awesome documentary. Like, I loved this documentary. And it was just like one of those, warms your heart documentaries. Because Jake the Snake finally got what was needed and made, what was due to him. And just overall, it was an amazing thing that what DDP was able to do to save Jake the Snake Roberts' life. And, it was unfortunately, but I can understand at the same time, eventually people in life do give up on you. And I think sometimes a little bit more sooner than they really should. And thankfully, Jake the Snake was one of DDP's mentors. So DDP wanted this for Jake the Snake more than anything and wasn't just giving up on him. And that was a good thing, that it starts out as, the first footage and the documentary is really heartbreaking to see because it showed the true downfall of Jake the Snake and where he was at, and even in the indie scene and like beyond the mat, like just treated him horrible the way that they did and made him out to be. But at the same time and factor, he was in a really dark place. Like, you talk about low of lows and dark. Jake the Snake was there. And, he walked through it. He, honestly, I say he walked through the gates of hell, and he went through hell in his life. He lost a lot of family. He lost a lot of friends. People gave up on him. All that he gave to the wrestling world, he was just being walked on and basically not given due what he should because of, unfortunately, his dark life and addiction to alcohol and drugs. And thankfully, DDP was able to save him through the DDP Yoga program. He was able to get him off of drugs and alcohol. Jake the Snake was able to reunite more so with all his children. He was able to return to WWE for one of the Raw anniversaries, and he made it into the WWE Hall of Fame where he should be, and thankfully made it there before he had died, unfortunately, like a lot of the other wrestlers had it. He deserved that acceptance and the acceptance back into the world of WWE and the world of wrestling. And now, thankfully, now we are seeing Jake the Snake on TV again in wrestling. He is on AEW, and it's just amazing to see where he is now, and that honestly all goes thanks to DDP. In this documentary, you see kind of how that Jake went through, and the relapses that he did have time to time once DDP had brought him to Atlanta. to the house, to the accountability crib. And he did have some lapses with alcohol and stuff like that. And it was unfortunate. But eventually they got that all settled. And we also got to see a face of another legend wrestler that had his own trials and tribulations with alcohol and drugs too, that he was honestly on the doorstep of death, and that was Scott Hall. And DDP brought him to the accountability crib, and you saw when Scott Hall arrived in Atlanta, he had to be pushed around basically like in a wheelchair in the airport. And now he, thank God through, DDP yoga and everything, DDP was also able to help him during the same time that he was helping Jake the Snake. And Jake the Snake and Scott Hall were both there, to lean on each other and help each other through the program. Now like Scott Hall, he's in good graces and in the Hall of Fame with WWE. And he's in good graces with WWE again, which is, something to say with, him and Jake the Snake both being in good graces with WWE, because that wasn't something that many people would think they would ever hear again because of the life that they were living and what they had did and stuff with the drugs and alcohol and the bad publicity. So overall, this is just a great documentary showcasing the resurrection of Jake the Snake, the resurrection of his life, and him being able to return back to where he should be. And overall, it was just an amazing documentary. And this documentary, I would say I give 4 out of 5 lariats. It's something you should not miss, especially if you're a Jake the Snake fan, or even older wrestling fan or anything of the sort. It's just overall a great wrestling documentary and one of the better wrestling documentaries out there you could ever watch. And just give it a chance and check it out. It's on Amazon Prime for free to watch if you have Amazon Prime. The Google Play Store, I know you can get it on. You can get it on, I'm sure, Apple TV or other digital services, and even purchase it. I'm assuming probably on Vudu or something like that. But just overall, this documentary, 4 out of 5 Larry. It's an amazing documentary. It's something you should not miss if you're a wrestling fan or a Jake the Snake fan. It's something that's very heartwarming and great to see, and see Jake just resurrect his career and his life, and see him actually unite again with his kids and be able to live a good life. And even what shows now is this was put out in 2015. DDP was helping in 2013, 2014, 15, something like that. 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. And to see him now on TV, on AEW, on TNT, and on YouTube, on AEW's Dark and stuff like that, is just amazing, showing that he is still living that good life and that he didn't go back to those drugs and alcohol. Thank God he didn't. He got where he should be. He just did a digital signing on highspots.com. I had sat and just listened to some of his stories that he had told and stuff like that, and it was good to, hear him talk, because of the way he just talked and the stuff during that live signing and auction. You could tell he's in the best place he could be in the last 30 plus years ever. So it was just great to see that, and today it still shows. But again, 4 out of 5 Lariats, make sure you check it out. That's the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts. And make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if there's any documentaries or anything you're wanting to talk about, post below. If there's some documentaries you're wanting me to check out, post below, let me know, and I can do a review on those. Otherwise, make sure you guys stay safe out there in that pandemic. Make sure to share the channel so we can get up to that 100 subscriptions and start doing those giveaways. Stay safe, you guys. Take care. This was the Wrestling Collector Zone.